Hey guys, it's Thicken again. I'm on my sorcerer, but this video applies to all specs and all classes. It's about timers and cooldowns, that sort of stuff. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to get the actual cooldown text timer on your bar. That's really easy. Just hit escape, go to preferences, go to user interface, and then about halfway down in user interface there is a combat text or cooldown settings. And then you just check this checkbox to show cooldown text. By default, it is unselected. Just select it, hit apply, and you're done. Now it shows that. It doesn't really matter for your really short ones that you're casting all the time, but like your big cooldowns, it can help you line things up a little bit better. So that's why I even did that. The other thing that I did and found out based on someone else's YouTube video was that you can create these custom timers for your abilities. So as you can see here, I created one called Test. There's one for Creeping Terror, and then I created one for Death Field, which shows all this. And I will show you how to create these. And basically, the reason why this is useful or important, besides the obvious that you can see it, is that whenever we're in an operation or in a group and you have multiple of the same class, you have multiple of the same dots showing up on your target. And it's a little bit difficult to know whether or not your dot is up there or refreshed. And that really can save you a lot on DPS, especially if you're in your rotation, but you tap your next button like a quarter of a second before the global cooldown, and then you go to your next one, not realizing that you skipped an entire ability just on accident. So you miss out on 18 seconds or so of damage from that ability. So it's not major, but it's always the whole point is to kill things fast. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. The first thing you need to do is you need to generate a combat log. So you just have Star Parse running and logging. Go to a dummy or something and cast the abilities that you want to create a timer for, so that you have actual combat log data in your combat log. And then you're going to open up your combat log directory, which it's under Documents, and then there's a Star Wars Old Republic folder, and then combat logs. And then you're just going to open up the most recent combat log text file. It looks like this, and then basically all you're going to be doing is, hang on, my push to talk is screwing up the text file. You're going to do a Control F and search for the name of the ability that you want to create a timer for. So in this case, I'm going to do Affliction. So I'll just press Control F to find. There you go. It's got it. Well, it's got it selected there, and then right next to the word Affliction, it has that big long number. Well, that big long number is the spell ID, and that's what we're going to be using to create these timers. So you're just going to highlight the actual numbers there, and then you're going to press Control C to copy, or you can alternatively right click and hit copy, or if you're on a Mac, you're going to hit Windows key or Mac key and then C. Then you're going to pop up your Star Parse, the actual interface there. You're going to go to Timers, and you're going to go to Settings. I'm going to delete this one real quick. So here's the actual new ability. I already have one set up for Affliction, but I'll show you guys how to do the whole thing. So I'll just call it Test. You trigger on ability activated, and then the ability name or the ID. You want to use ID here. I haven't tested it with the actual name to see if it works or not, but I know it's a lot easier to do the unique IDs. The duration is going to be the duration of the actual dot on the target. So in this case, it is a 18-second dot, so I'm going to put 18 in there. And then you're going to do this display checkbox here, and then you're going to choose a color. I'm just going to choose a color at random. Then you can do Save As New. You can close out of this. You're going to go back up to your timers, and then you're going to check mark next to Test, and then it will show up down here on your actual timers chart in game. And I'll show you all that. There you go. I casted Affliction, and now I have this test timer showing up. And as you'll notice, this timer actually didn't start at 18 seconds. It started at about 16 seconds. And that's because there is a delay between the game casting ability and parsing that ability. And Star Parse is configured to synchronize basically on that delay. It's about 2 seconds. So every time you cast Affliction, it's going to create a new timer. That one was 17. And that number right there matches up with this number here. As you can see, it's ticking down. The other way to do this would be to play a warning, which on my Marauder, the Rupture ability is refreshed every time you use some of the other abilities. And because you're not casting that ability, this method doesn't actually work. So what I've done instead on that is to set up a warning. Basically, if Rupture falls off of my current target, or the target that it is personally triggered on, it's going to play me a actual audio cue through my headset to tell me that the Rupture has fallen off my target. And basically that's going to be useful, especially in operations or group content where you have multiple Marauders applying the exact same dot, or it has the exact same debuff icon. That way you know it's your Rupture on there and you're not missing out on all that damage that could be. Because theoretically, if you're a single target fight, you should never be reapplying that dot. All your other stuff, if you're doing rotation properly, should be reapplying or refreshing that dot. So I'll show you that real quick too. I'm not going to create this one because it's already created. Basically, it's this not Force Run, it's Rupture. So I'll show you that what that looks like. On Rupture, you have the name. It's effect loss. You set the target source as you. Your target, basically this is what the target is on, is other. And then this is the spell ID right there. And then for me, I have it set to 3 seconds. So basically 3 seconds after the effect is lost, it will play a sound. And the sound sounds like this. Just plays that sound real easy. And there's like a ton of sounds here that you could play. You know, all sorts of shit like that. But I don't really care. So that's enough for me. You're going to hit save changes, and then whenever that falls off of the target, it's going to play that sound in my my headset to remind me, hey, I'm going to have to reapply Rupture. So that's all I've got for this video. If you guys have any issues or questions, if you want me to clarify any of these steps that I've done, just let me know. Or if you need help setting up your own timers for whatever class that you play and you're just having issues, just message me on Discord. And I will be happy to, you know, if I have to create a character or whatever, just that's fine too. I can help you guys with whatever you need. Just let me know. Thank you.